Hello, my friend. Do you love the idea of staying healthy? And if something comes up with your body, to be able to heal as quickly as possible? I mean, wouldn't it be great to just have that like zap 100% control, right? And the term healing is used so commonly to describe that process of overcoming disease. Now, through all the interviews that I've had for my book, Healing Happens, and my podcast, one of the health and healing practitioners said that they do not use the word healing, that it's actually counterproductive to the process of healing. So, what I thought I would do is just go into the meaning behind such a statement, like what could actually cause more challenge for healing when we use the term healing, and then how we can overcome that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Avital, and I'm known as a healing breakthrough facilitator. Right? My book and my podcast are called Healing Happens. So I definitely like the word healing. But here's the thing, I want you to really think about what you defined the word healing to mean. And when you use the term, what are your other thoughts associated with it? If you use the term in a way where you're thinking more about the disease and the problem, then it's not going to be as helpful. If you're using the term with the connotation that there's something wrong right now, you create the state in your mind that there's something wrong. If you're using the term that you're in process of getting somewhere, then you create the state in your mind that you're in the process rather than there, rather than where you want to be. This is encouraging you to take a deeper look at what's going to be most productive towards the results that you really, really do want. My guess is, on top of everything, you want to feel great emotionally. The lucky thing is that's something that you can do right now, right? You can zap into that state using the right tools, of course. And then you want a healthy body. And for what reason do you want the healthy body? So we'll get there. But here's healthy body that we want. And right now, it might not seem like, if you're dealing with health issues, right, that you have a healthy body. But I want to put this idea and notion into you that, first of all, in order to be at the state that we want, we need to actually be at that state. In order to magnetize what we want, that it's really easiest if we already vibrate at the level of the results that we want. So how can you more and more impose the thoughts in your head, the visualizations, to more easily manifest the results that you want outside of you or in your physical body, right? So we can start with that mental state. And those of you who've been studying some of this and the interaction between our mental and emotional state in our body, you've started to see some correlations there. And even if you don't see any correlations through any of the research that's out there, you know that you just feel better, that even if you don't have a healthy body, if you emotionally feel well, the whole situation is a lot better, right? I have a friend who's had major health issues for quite some time. It is not easy. And she does such a great job at keeping a positive state of mind that overall she's really happy, even though there's a lot of limitations to her life. But she's adapted to them as well and is definitely happy with a lot of things and still going at it with her business. Like, such an inspiration, and created something that creates inspiration for other people. So how do we attempt this? Right? I have another story of my cousin who had cancer, and here I am, this great meditator, and by this point she's hearing that meditation is a wonderful thing. It could really help you feel better, maybe even help you heal, right? There's some studies that discuss how you're physiologically younger when you are meditating. So she starts to meditate. She's sitting there meditating, and all she thinks in her head is, this will heal my cancer. Cancer, cancer. So what is she thinking about? Cancer. So what does she realize? Instead of just sitting and meditating, I'm going to go do the things that I love, that make me happy, that don't make me sit there and think about the fact that there's something wrong with me. And I want you to take this into a deeper level and consider this, that even if your body may not seem healthy right now, that to ask that question is there truly anything wrong with me? Is there truly anything wrong right now? Does this have to be a bad thing? And you may decide it is, and then that's it, and that's totally fine. But I want to open up the space that a lot of times we consider something to be bad or wrong, but maybe it's not. And by the way, there's 2 podcast episodes. I can post the links below this that answer some of these questions in a little bit more detail than we're doing here. One of them is called Disease is a Sign of Spiritual Progress. So interesting that sometimes there could be health issues as we're going through a more spiritual, mental, emotional growth. And it's just your body's way of catching up to the shifts that you're making. And then the second episode is how to talk about disease, right? Because those of you who have health issues, you probably hear a lot of things from other people that don't necessarily feel supportive. So those of you who don't have health issues but know someone who does, which we will all have at some point in our lives, then this is also helpful to understand what's most productive for how to talk about it. But I'm already giving you the hints here of how do we talk about it. We want to talk about where we want to be, right now and in the future, and keep our mind focused on that to create a better manifestation, to bring that joy, to bring the visualization of what does a healthy body look like to you? What is the state you want to be in? And what is the lifestyle that a healthy body can give you? And you could spend time visualizing that, but then turn that around and backtrack it to this present moment. And let's say you want to be like I'm a social dancer, right? I love dancing with other people, and we've had this whole thing with COVID going on right now, so it's been really hard to dance close with other people with so much disease spreading around. But what is something that we could do? Well, we had these virtual dance parties, right? And there's other ways that people have been doing some dancing during this time as well in ways that it felt safe. And what we have to do in each moment is to get creative, right? And then let's say that I couldn't physically move my body in order to dance, but I could play music and I could just maybe sway a little bit, close my eyes, feel the music, visualize myself dancing. You can see I'm already feeling so much of that experience, but doing it in a smaller way. So backtrack around and get creative to how you can make the best aspect of your life right now. Those of you who know my full body success mastery tips, this is really about the number 1 tip, focusing on your reason to live, which is really what a lot of doctors and health practitioners are finding when they see people heal from terminal diagnoses. It's the ones who are focusing on what they want to be here for. They want to see their kids grow up, their grandkids walk down their aisle. They want to finish watching a soap opera series. It doesn't matter what the reason is. Focus on your passion in life, in whatever way that you possibly can, whatever it is that you can do. Bring that piece into your life. It can make astronomical changes in so many ways for you when you live fully. And I wanted to share one more thing because this just came in the mail, and I thought I would bring this into the conversation. This is what I'm calling the Dewdrop Bear. What he says on his shirt is "Sing your sweet song." And so this is a brand new thing. It was going to be a surprise, but now I'm giving away the surprise. I don't like keeping surprises because it's too fun to just share the joy with others. So I've started this new community concept called Dewdrop Community. Those of you who don't know, my name Avital is in Hebrew. And the tal part of my name So it's actually two different words in Hebrew technically, but put together for one name. But the tal part means dew, D-E-W, like morning dew. And dew in Kabbalah is divine nourishment in a hidden manner. It's hard to think about like what are those things that, whatever your definition of divinity is, but what are those things that support you on that emotional level, sort of that hidden manner. You can't necessarily see it and touch it, but you could feel it. The things that it give you an impact to uplift yourself. And I feel like teddy bear gets to be one of those things. But there's another piece to this that I also have a vision. I have a lot of visions and ideas, and I hope those of you who are creative sort of keep and cherish those ideas. I get them faster than I'm personally able to manifest them so far. And so we never know exactly like when all these things are going to transpire, but starting the conversation once you're really clear helps. And don't let anyone ruin your dreams, because there's so many challenges that can come up along the way. So start with what's going to make things possible. So the other piece is the Healing Happens Foundation. That I've felt strongly is very important to put out there in the world. And when I was a new yoga instructor was when I started to have health issues. I had health insurance at the time, and I quickly went into $8,000 in debt. And, I was able to recover that from future work that I was doing as I was making more money. But it wasn't easy. And even when you have health insurance, there's a lot of the allopathic type of treatments that are not covered. In my case was really simple. So there's people which they have tens of thousands of dollars that they need in order to get the treatments that they need. And they can be doctor recommended treatments that are not always covered by health insurance. And then a lot of people are turning to more natural alternative methods to help support their healing process. And those are also often not covered. Some of them are, but a lot of them are not. And so just to create this system of how we could create more support financially so that everyone in the world, we can start locally, but in the world, can get the treatment that they need in order to live the lives that you desire. And the highest percentage of GoFundMe campaigns are for people with health issues? It's to raise money for your dear loved ones or yourself who are having health challenges. And why not also create a system where not every individual has to put in that effort, but we can sort of do it collectively to create a greater support and to have something there already at the time that we need it. And now there's so many programs that are already out there to help support people with health issues. There's Make-A-Wish Foundation, and there's Meal Train, where you can get meals sent to people who have health issues. And there's emotional support that can be done. There's just getting help in the home when there isn't something, that has enough funding or support through government or your medical system to get someone there. Right? There's quite a few people who have that, who have health issues that are so strong. And I mentioned, a friend of mine earlier, health issues are so strong that that she's at home, that she can't do much, that she pretty much needs care all the time. And she started a business, but she can't just go out and work like a normal person. So she's not necessarily getting all the funding either. And a lot of her time needs to be invested in her health stuff. So she can't work full time like a normal person could. There's a lot of people with that situation. So we can help them. And I feel like this should be the official Healing Happens bear. Just to bring light and love and joy. Because isn't it fun when you can look at these cute bears and he's really, really soft and really, really cuddly. And so if you want to order one of these, I just got a limited supply for me. So I thought I would just have them at my events. But I feel like it should be offered a little bit more to remind people. Message me if you would like a bear. And if actually orders come in, today is July 14, 2021. If orders come in by July 29, 2021, then I'll get them out pretty quickly, either on the 29th or the 30th to all of those orders. And you could still ask me about the Dewdrop Bear after that date, those of you seeing the video later on. But if we get a bunch of orders together, then that makes it easier to get them out sooner. But anyways, let me know of other support that you need for your healing process. Keep in mind of the visualization of where you want to be, of the words that you choose. So they're really supportive of where you want to be and how you want to feel right now. And any of you interested in being a part of or supporting any of these concepts, the Dewdrop community is there to offer a deeper level of support and friendship and companionship and depth in our connections with people. And then the Healing Happens Foundation is meant to help support people with health issues. And all of these things really take a lot of people to make happen. So if you see the need, I would like to know, because that will help me figure out how to build this type of program going forward, knowing that it's something that is wanted by many. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching the video. And I'll post the 2 links for the 2 podcast episodes I mentioned below the video. Please share this video with others, especially those having health challenges, so we can continue to bring more light and more hope to those who are feeling challenged. Blessings to you.